It's Nadia Shireen Siddiqui, and I'm just like, okay, so I'm going to compare the trailer for The Big Sick with what the film was supposed to be about. So what the film was supposed to be about, according to my interpretation, the way I see it, is that it was supposed to be a story about this exotic, glamorous city boy and a small town American girl, just about those two people. And they were techies, they were computer science students, and they spent all their time at college, sitting in front of computer screens and listening to professors who were also dorky, nerdy Apple fanatics and Microsoft fanatics who, just like working on Visual Studio, using computer languages like C++ or Java or whatever. It's just like basically prepped for a desk job by literally having a desk job as a student. And that's how I saw this. That's what the story should have been about. It should have been a little bit of Big Bang Theory. It should have been a little bit of Silicon Valley. It should have been a little bit of the Apple movie Jobs, right? So Jobs, a little bit of that. And instead, what we have here is, okay, so all the Pakistani people are Apu from The Simpsons, and this girl who is actually from middle of nowhere, Iowa, is projected as this New York City supermodel. And she was not glamorous. Okay, his wife, Emily, is not a glamorous person. She's somebody from a small town. She is a farm girl, and he loves her, and she loves him. But one of the reasons why they love each other is because they're so different in that respect. He grew up Bollywood, Hollywood, Lollywood. He grew up with glamour and the mass media and buildings, lots and lots of buildings, and in the city, the most densely populated city in the whole world, Karachi. So he grew up with all of that noise and people and glamour and this constantly being class conscious and just elitism and right. So he went to this really expensive school, the best school in this country. So it's just to be in part of this hobnob kind of lifestyle. And then she grew up in this close-knit community, middle of nowhere, farm, right? And there weren't all that many people where she grew up, right? And they're both people with bad postures because they're programming all the time. They're not glamorous people. They don't have time to tone their muscles or, go to the gym all the time and do that. And instead, what we see is that these people who are exceptionally good looking, because they look like they work out all the freaking time. And I'm sure Kumail does that now. Nanjiani probably works out a lot now that he's Hollywood glamorous. But back then, I'm sure he was just like, t-shirts and hoodies and slumps, slouch, whatever. Just and the same goes for Emily, And right, so it's just like, okay, so I think the story is supposed to be about that, but then the trailer is like the stark opposite of that. It's just like, no, she was not a glamorous supermodel from the big city, and he was not this weirdo from The Simpsons. It's just like, Apu isn't real. Right, that's what I want to say here. Right, so basically that's my... For more from me, subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow and like me on Facebook.